just started streaming with no preparation. Oh no, that's usually a recipe for disaster. But I found my pen. That's a step one. So what I was gonna do today is just some like head studies to sort of apply some of the things that I learned. I think it was Saturday or Friday or something. I think it was Saturday with head studies. So I'm using Light of Action and mocap. What's up? What's up? First chat in the stream. So I'm basically just going to try to copy some facial studies and hope for the best. And I know that my setup isn't great right now, but we're going to try to make it work. So I'm trying to apply some basic understanding of the head in this to try to capture her likeness using shapes and perspective rather than just proportional observations, which is a pretty important distinction. So if I were doing purely proportional observations, it would be just a matter of time and mapping that would allow me to create this almost identical to what I see. But to develop the intuitive comprehension of the forms in space and be able to represent them quickly is another skill entirely. So that's what I'm trying to work on. That's why it's probably gonna look like doo-doo. And I've got this Light of Action photo pause, so at the end I'll just post the original photo so that you can see what I was working from. And when doing this, I think it's important to note the various forms and bones of the skull. So like we learned that there's this one that kind of is responsible for the back end. And then there's the frontal lobe, which is basically everything from this head, top head onward. And Nikasaurus Flex. Thank you for the host, girl. Hey.
I love the auto emote of a host. I forgot what that one's called, but I love that one. PogChamp. Like, I don't know who that is or who made that face, but it's just a great face if you ask me. I've got some proportion off with the nose here. Let's see. It goes in. It goes out. And then the forehead, the eyebrows slash forehead. Continue all the way. I love doing studies of real faces because it really tests you. Because if you mess something up, it's like, you know, you really messed up because you made them look like ass, basically. It's a good way to check your progress. So, what's up, Dr. Worrell? Hello, hello. Scar Nightshade. Aw, thank you for the cheer. Wee. Appreciate that, man. Scar Nightshade, did I see you from Nikasaurus Rex's stream earlier? Is that where I saw you? James! What's up, James? Welcome back. Are you back for more ASMR? Ready to blow your mind with some more digits of pi? Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I had so much fun last night. Doing those digits of pi, dude. Oh my god. In my high school there was this guy, you know, really nice guy. He was, I think, pretty sure he was autistic, like actually autistic. Which, by the way, there are plenty of autistic people online who I'm friends with, so like I understand, I respect autistic people. They have such a interesting brain. I find it so cool. I love everyone's individual differences. So this guy in my school, he was very different, you know, very, very different. And he had memorized the most digits of pi of anyone in, I think, the southeast of the USA. And he went to this competition and like wrecked the world. Yeah, he was really good at that kind of stuff. And I wonder what he's doing now. But I just remember him being so like, I don't know, just like this, I don't know how to explain it, but he just seemed like a nice guy, but not really like that interested in people at all. But you know what I'm saying? He'd just be like doing his own thing, like learning the first I don't know, 6,000 digits of pi. I'm never gonna see the pie the same after the last night. Scar Nightshade. Oh, you were on COD stream. Okay. Well, hey, welcome. Oh, is that were you the one who was like, oh, COD piece, you're officially royalty now? I gotta meet him. He gonna be my daddy. Just reciting pie to me. Yeah, maybe I should introduce you guys. Hold on. Am I hearing audio that I don't know where it's coming from? What the fuck? Hold on. Do I have a video up or something? What the fuck? Oh, I do, okay. I actually had Codpiece's stream up and I was hearing someone talking and I was like, what is that? Codpiece, aw, I'm so happy that he's streaming. I love that guy. If you haven't seen him, check him out. His name is he's really awesome. He's just got such a good I think that's his name. He just got such a good perspective on life. I appreciate his words, and his streams are really chill. They're just like go out, go there and hang out. Like yeah. I don't know. I like them. Bathrobe. Excuse me? Bathrobe? Do you people not know what fashion is? God damn all of you. Oh god. Bathrobes are in right now, of course. It's not a bathrobe, guys. This is actually a romper. It's called Fashion. I got it on sale like a year ago. And I can't usually wear it IRL because unfortunately my body length is longer than the average size small. So it works on stream, but IRL it's of questionable quality. But it's so comfy. So it's like, What kind of Nobu do we have tonight? Well, you got the Nobu you already know and love, Lily-chan. The OG Nobu. My favorite colors being like basically some sort of strange like thing, almost like my own skin tone. Basically a light pink. It's one of my favorite colors. As you can see, my background is like I have all these pink little things. I'm so tacky. I'm so tacky. I love pink. It's so lame. I think it's because when I was growing up, like okay, so get this. I don't think I've ever like actually explained this to anyone. So my mom was really into like heavy metal and she was more like into like I don't know, dark clothes and outfits and like I guess the goth side of life. And like the fact that I was blonde, I think devastated her because my mom and my dad have black hair. Both of them have like dark hair. My dad had blonde hair until he was like 21 and then it turned like progressively darker. So he was always telling me, you're gonna have dark hair. You're gonna grow out of it. And I mean, to a degree, my hair is definitely darker. But as I get like, if I go out in the sun, it lightens. So it's like the typical, like, you know, I don't know what that is. Like British, I think blonde, dark blonde or something. But anyway, think me being blonde was like the worst thing that that ever happened to my mom, because she hated like cheerleaders. And like me being me, I think that I wouldn't say I'm like a cheerleader per se, but I definitely love the hype. Hey, what did it? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that, where was I going with this? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so my mom hated pink, and so for a long time, you know when you're a kid and you sort of take on the opinions of your parents because you don't want to be like that, the black sheep kind of thing. So I think I sort of took on those opinions, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't like pink either. I just like black. That's the only color I like. So when I was like 13 until 16, I was like, I only like black. Everything else can eat a dick. I want nothing else but to wear black all the time. And of course, I got made fun of for being some sort of goth person. That was before emo was a thing, and I definitely was never emo. Just gonna clarify that for everyone who's wondering. But then I had this like really revelatory moment in my bedroom when I was 16. And I was like really hating my life, myself, and everything in the world. And I heard this bird outside, and it was like, and I was just like, fuck you, little bird. There you are chirping outside. You don't understand my fucking struggle. You don't understand the world. All you are is a stupid little bird just fucking chirping like there's nothing going on. But then something about that statement made me be like, oh wait, like I wonder what it's like to be like that bird where you're like nothing's really going on and you're just chirping, and you're just like, yeah, despite all the bullshit in the world, I'm just chirping. So yeah, and then that moment was one of these really weird, like, it's like Super Saiyan moments where you're like, oh shit, I think I'm like connecting to existence right now. And then I was like, whoa, maybe life isn't as bad as I thought it was. And then from that day on, I saw life differently. I stopped being this like emo little bitch and started to see the good and the beauty of life, like the simple things, like the sound of a bird outside, or the sound of the wind, or the smell of the storm coming. Lily, when you said the smell of a storm, I was like, I totally know what you mean. There's really a smell. It's like a, yeah. So the sensory perceptions inherent in existing are really cool to me. And anyway, yeah, I was just, when that happened to me, it was very like enlightening to me. And by the way, no drugs were involved. It was just one of those like sitting under the proverbial fucking tree of fucking, I don't know, something, and seeing some sort of reality I didn't see before. So whew, ranting up a storm. Like, I scroll up and I see Lily Bite fits my duality. That sounds like a song. It's like, fits my duality. Alright, sorry. God, my latency. Fuck this latency. God fucking damn it. Alright. Okay. Aquarius jumped out. Whee! I haven't seen you in like a day. I'm scrolling all the way up so I can see everything that I miss. Oh, well, thank you, James. Don't put me with that lot. I didn't say it was a bathrobe. Okay, Scar Nightshade. Good. You have some class, some standards, some understanding of the art form of the romper. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's a reason why rompers exist. It's called one and done. Ultimate convenience. Not to mention, seriously, I'm actually not even kidding. Okay, so hear me out, 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 like 10 times over, hear me out. I used to think fashion was a farce, but then I was like, whoa, okay, what if you can combine ultimate utilitarianism with aesthetic qualities combined with like comfort? Like, imagine if you could have that holy trinity. And then I was like, whoa, fashion is like art. It's like texture, design, utility, all in one. It's like UI, the UI of existing. The UI of a necessary evil of clothing. So, anyway. Yeah, okay, sorry. Lilybite loves all the Nobus. I'm glad, because I have like 60 Nobus at my disposal, so I appreciate you understanding that there's millions and that you love them all. Like, Lily, that's true friendship. Actually, me and Jim were talking today about how awesome you are, Lily. Just gotta let you know that. Dr. Roll, what's a Nobu? She's a Nobu. I am a Nobu. Aquarius, hello, planet Earth. Welcome. Where are you from, Aquarius, if not planet Earth? Scarshade, thank you for the cheer. Aquarius, nope, normal thing is always to go against the opinion of parents. Vivid colors tire my eyes faster. Lily, I was so goth in the 80s and early 90s. I like love the goth aesthetic. I really do. I really do. And I always have since I was as long as I can remember. But I like other things too. So I like both sides of the spectrum equally, like ultra goth and like ultra like light and girly. So I like them both. Like, I don't know. I think I just like everything. So wearing neon green and ultra pink is very disrespectful. Those whistles were the best part of the story. I'm glad you like them. I prefer the shades of gray, preferably %50 and more. Oh my god. Wait, Aquarius, are you saying one of your favorite books is 50 Shades of Grey? If so, I want to hear more. I wear a lot of stripes these days, mostly black and white. It fits my duality. Oh yes, my duality. Black and white, the yin, the yang, the black and the white. The paradox of all of existence is really actually quite well described in the light and the dark. The black and the white. Those like circa colors. I'm on to you, Lily. I'm on to you. If you guys all want to join the circus with me, I'm down. Are you a fan of Beetlejuice? Absolutely. That was one of my favorite movies. It creeped me out, but I really liked it too. James, I mainly have black clothes, but I really want to start getting purple clothes. So basically what you're telling me is you're Raven from Teen Titans? Is that what you're telling me? Lydia was one of your first girl crushes? Lydia? Was she the one wait, was there Lydia in Beetlejuice? The crazy like frizzy hair one? Is that what I'm thinking properly? Which was a stark contrast to my first girl crush, She-Ra. Who the fuck is She-Ra? She-Ra? Yeah, it was like a 1 week day. I was busy frying my brains. What? Aquarius? What? Fashion is art. It is, and that's when I started to love it. Like I was totally like fashion oblivious for the first 23 years of my life. Seriously. It's very ironic actually. My boyfriend is what got me into fashion because I was just like put on clothes and he'd be like, Nobu, what the fuck is that? But somehow he dealt with it for like 10 years. Some people are great at it, others worse. Stickman. Form follows function was drilled into my head in architecture, so I'm a bit biased still. I'm with you there. Hello, the prestigious. Thank you for the follow, the prestigious. I like that name, the prestigious. Not the prestige, but the prestigious. Are you like a female person of prestige? Like myself, Nobu Haika. Look it up if you don't know what it means. Yeah, that's the problem. I wish I knew my home planet. Me too, Aquarius. I think you and I are both just from another galaxy, and we're just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What happened? I only know that I got off at the wrong stop. The prestigious, are you McGregor's female version? Wait, are we talking about McGregor, like Dr. McGregor from nutritionfacts.org? Or is there another McGregor that I'm missing? Nope, that book stole the title from me. I have been wearing the shades of gray like more than the last 15 years. Okay, well, let's find the author of that book and show her what's up. I got you, fam. Trust me. I'm like a hidden man in disguise. Trust me, my disguise is really good. No one expects it from me. That's why I'm really good at it, yeah. She-Ra is probably before your time. Before my time, Lily. Oh god, you sent me a link. Okay. Can you post it on Discord? I can't click links. First of all, they don't even like show properly. Second of all, they never work. I mean, they work, but they fuck up my whole everything I'm doing. I'm gonna keep on this face, so I'm not done yet, but I like the random order you're reading in the chat. I'm reading it in order, Aquarius. What are you talking about? Aren't you married yet? Well, see, actually, Dr. Whirl, we don't have a real reason to be married, so we're basically engaged forever until we have a reason to legally get married. It's kind of how it is. So I don't know what to call him. I feel like it's almost pretentious to say my fiance, my fiance, my fiance. But also boyfriend is like really not serious, so I don't like that either. I mean, I guess I could just call him my husband because it's basically what he is, to be honest. But the words can't really ever describe the relationship I have with that man who's been in my life for so long. There's no word or like legal declaration that could ever really explain what I have with him. It's very weird. At Myers95, get your baps out for the lads. Baps? Myers, is that one of those like British phrases? Baps? She-Ra is like He-Man when He-Man went transgender. Oh my god, I want to see that. I used to love He-Man when I was growing up. From the planet Nobu, that's right. We all come from the planet Nobu. We're a bunch of fucking weirdos from the planet Nobu. Which, by the way, Lily has named me Nobu, so it's kind of all like we're all related to Lily somehow. She's the chosen one. She's showing us the path. Conor McGregor. Oh, that guy. Who is he again? I've heard the name. Do you like work out or something? That's all I really remember. The prestigious. You have like 200 IQ. You are the first understand. What? I mean, yeah, my IQ is like 8,000, honestly. It's off the charts. I'm an elf after all. I've been alive for at least 9,000 years. So I would hope that I would have a decent understanding of your human existence by now. And the McGregor's nickname is Notorious, by the way. The McGregor... I will say though, as a 9,247-year-old elf, the McGregor nickname is still unbeknownst to me, even me. How long have I been with him? To give the exact number of years, it would be let me think. I think it's 7 total years of actually being in a relationship. You're married by common law. I think it's more like a domestic something something. I don't know. Aquarius, I'm becoming more and more of an anti-marriage person with each passing year. Honestly, the more I read about like MGTOW and general stuff, I think that's actually a really good stance. Like, I have seen so many men, including really good men I met IRL, like really nice guys who have been completely fucked by a relationship during their marriage. Like, I met this guy at work, super nice guy, like awesome dude. Like, he's cool, he's funny, he's hardworking, he's nice, respectful, cares about his like life, you know, his health and everything. You know, he's open-minded and all that. Really great qualities. And he was telling me about his divorce, and he was with this girl or woman, whatever, for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, who like sued him for a bunch of money and then took out all this money on his home, which isn't his name, but since they were married, she somehow took out like some line of credit against his asset, which was the house, and then the credit was in his name. So when they divorced, he owed the loan of like 80K that she took out and basically just like blew. There was no ROI, it wasn't a true investment, there was no make a payment and then like you're working towards something. It was literally just like, let me just like pay for my hair dye and my like nails and like, you know, my dildo collection, and like that was it. Or something. I mean, he didn't say all that. He said nothing about a dildo collection. I just added that in. If you're listening to this, Jim, I'm sorry. But anyway. Yeah, I'm sure that she didn't do that, but yeah, he got totally fucked, and I was like, what the fuck? And I've watched a lot of videos about this because I don't know why I find it interesting, because I've also had a hard time finding like quality females who I really could really identify with. Actually, one of them, if you guys want to check her out on Twitch, her name is Nika Saurus Flex. I follow her. If you go to my follow, like people I follow, she's one of the recent people I followed. So she's really cool. She's one of the coolest girls I've met in years. Literally like my whole life. She's like, she talks and I'm like, whoa, or dude, you're like describing my life, what the fuck. So anyway, she's really cool. But anyway, I was into all these MGTOW videos because I was just like, what's going on with women in the world? Why are they so fucked? And you know, I think it's some combination of evolutionary psychology combined with some, you know, like media, and then like extra things on top of that. So long story short, I'm gonna keep reading these chat. I'm becoming more bored. Okay, just call me a lover. Okay, my lover. That's a good way to put it. Life partner. Yeah, he's definitely a bit of a life partner, love of my life kind of thing. Like, I loved him for so long. It's kind of crazy. We were just a leading cause of divorce. Human experience is like a very long bad trip. The prestigious. He's an MMA fighter. Oh wait, are we talking about sorry. Oh yeah. Conor McGregor, okay. MMA fighter. Mantis, I shout, let's go. And Discord totally missed the stream. Hey, but you're here though. It's okay. You didn't miss much. Can't skip on a good dildo collection. That's right. If you're gonna have a dildo collection, you might as well go all in. Lily, I've got money separate in every single relationship I've ever been in. My bucks are my bucks, their bucks are their bucks. None should ever twine. Fair enough. Aquarius, when you can cook well and do your own housework and look after yourself, it becomes very hard to pull a guy into marriage. When you can cook well and do your own housework, look after yourself, it becomes hard to pull a guy into. Oh, so you're saying if you can do all these things as a male, it's hard for a female to pull you into a marriage? Is that what you mean? Even in my relationship I was in 14 years, I made sure all the finances were separate. It's actually probably not a bad idea, James. I'm the opposite of you. I've never found another guy I've connected to, so I've just been I have a bunch of female friends. Oh wow, I'm jealous. Actually, I'm jealous. I've been like wishing I had more female friends in my life. I've been like dying for my whole life, just like a My Little Pony friendship full of awesome girls who like really support, respect, care for each other, and want the best for one another. Because that's how I feel. Like when someone's my friend, there's nothing other than love. So like if there's anything besides that, like if there's anything else that's not that, I'm like, okay, no thank you. I plan to give my estate to my wife and children. Legendary Mantis, if you don't have 12+ inch dildos, are you really even trying? In both diameter and length. He didn't even say circumference, fam. He said diameter. We're talking like, you see this candle? You see, okay, you see my size? I'm like, okay, let's for scale. I'm 5'10". You can take a guess. My hands are about like probably 9 inches. Okay. I don't know how wide they are. We might have to get a measurement, but 12 inches in diameter. I mean, yeah, diameter. Okay, so my hand is like, what, 9? Okay, take 12. Take 12. That's horrifying, Mantis. What the fuck kind of porn do you watch, dude? That sounds really disturbing. Oh wait, actually, you don't have to tell me. I already have a visual of what we're talking about here. That's neither here nor there. The last thing you want here in relations to a dildo collection is Owen. Dude, girls are the best. Oh, James, I'm glad you've had that experience. Well, I've also found that in my experience, girls like differently around guys than they do around other girls. Sometimes, not always. There are some girls who are really cool. Don't get me wrong, but I've also met a lot of girls who act a certain way around guys. But then when you put them all in a room, you're like, and then you just have to leave and get the fuck out of there. So, I mean, that's been my experience. Guys mostly need a woman in their life so they don't drown in their own mess. Yeah, a little bit of conscientiousness goes a long way. You're 2 inches taller. Damn, James. How does it feel to be a little sub bitch? Just kidding. Legendary Mantis. I've had mixed friendships when it comes to women. It worked with only women in retail. In the end, I only kept contact with one. 2 others had odd endings in the friendship. Oh, okay. Drewski Whiskey, what's up? Hello. Circumference maybe. Okay, circumference maybe, but diameter? That's literally like monster porn. No. Everybody, Mantis means diameter. He meant what he said. We're talking math and science, diameter. You know, circumference is like pi times d or something like that. I think it's like actually pi r squared. I don't remember. Is it pi r squared? Am I like forgetting? I'm probably forgetting. I don't know. How tall am I? I'm 5'10". Lily Bite. I enjoy tall girls. I can look them in the eyes. Yes. That's actually like yeah, whenever I can't look someone in the eyes, I find it very uncomfortable. Like guys who are taller than me, I'm like, why are you all the way up there? What are you doing up there? I can't see you. I have to like, if I have to crane my neck, I'm like, no. Which is, I think it's very different from the average girl who like seeks at least 6 foot tall man and they're like 5'2" or something. I want someone I could be eye level with. That's like my criteria. If you're like, if I have to like go like, it makes me really uncomfortable. I do not like people who are super taller than me. It makes me feel really weird. I don't know why. I guess because it's just what I'm used to. I'm not used to like looking up at people, and if I have to, I feel like it's too much work. It's like I have to crane my neck. It's like, why are you up there? Can you just like come down a little bit? Because I'm used to looking down at everyone. Anyway, when you think she'll catch up and chat, she falls behind. That's how I do. Trisky Whiskey. How do you act around boys? I like to think I act as normal, logical, and non-feminine as humanly possible. That's what I intend to do. It doesn't always result in what I would hope, but whatever. I also like gossipy shit, but it's a mixed bag. It's catty shit, but it's more information regardless of positive or negative. See, that's the shit I don't like. I don't really like talking about people unless it's more of a like analytical component. Like, well, this person does X and has Y response. Therefore, we can learn something from that. Aside from that, I don't really like gossip or any of that shit. I just want to change the topic. And when people talk about it, I'm just like, okay. So, how about that Teen Titans? Like, I don't know. I just don't care. I don't care about people's lives in that kind of way. That's actually one of the things I've never been able to connect to females about is talking shit about people. I just like in that way that doesn't really work for me. Like I like to talk about people only in the sense that it can help me learn about how to do something. Like, oh well, this person handled the situation like that and it made me think of a new way of thinking about a situation or something like that. But when it's like, oh, I don't like her eyeliner, I just can't really get behind it. I know my female friends, including myself, are gossipy AF. Well, Mantis, it may be, yeah, that's actually the reason why I have such a hard time with females, because I'm not really into that. It seems they act the same with me as they do with other girls because I'm very feminine IRL, so it's basically they're just hanging out with another girl. I see. Reliance, welcome back. Hello. I'm sure you know what you're talking about, Mantis. Lily likes her pies round. Tim Spice, welcome. My social life consists of making awkward eye contact with strangers, and I'm happy. It's pretty good. I prefer female company over male, but it's super hard to pull me into gossip. Yeah, I see what you mean there. Especially, I think, with men, one thing I've noticed about, like, if I try to introduce male friends, not always, but sometimes there's this, like, element of competition. And I think the second there's that element of, like, competitive whatever, that's when the discomfort arises, and that's when two people can't really like be in the same space, because if one person is trying to prove their superiority over the other, well, one, they're operating in a animal kind of fallacy, and then two, it just doesn't really make a good environment for both parties to equally enjoy the interaction. So for me personally, I'm very like I'm not a competitive person at all, like in the slightest. If you ever watched My Little Pony, Fluttershy's opinion on competition sums mine up completely. It's just like, no, I'm out. I'm just not even gonna try. Like, that's just not how I work. I hate that. I much prefer teamwork and camaraderie. So, yeah, I think it comes down to your agreeableness. Like, some people are highly agreeable. I'm definitely one of them. Some people are highly not agreeable, so they're going to be okay with competition and like dissent. But for me personally, I prefer to seek more of a common ground with people and see our similarities, and rather than compete on differences, which I think are illusory. So anyway, James, I love tall girls is like a mountain that I must climb. Okay, so I kind of hope that he never sees this, but one time I went to Dragon Con and I met the voice actor for Metal Gear Solid for Raiden. Metal Gear Solid 2. He does other stuff too, but anyway, the first thing that motherfucker said to me was like, it's a long story, but he's like, man, I wish I could climb you or something. And I was like, I don't know what I said back, but it was some sort of joke back, and it was just like, dude, what? You wish you could climb, because he was like probably, like here. So I'm like 5'10". A lot of voice actors are very short for some reason. I don't know why, but many of them are like, I was like a giantess in that group of people. But anyway, yeah, so that was a weird comment. Sorry, I have the latency, so I'm kind of tripping over my words. I'm awful with gossip. I don't add to it, it's just I statistically find to hear. I think that can be somewhat natural, Mantis. I appreciate girls who can reach the top shelf without my help. What about girls who can reach the top shelf for you? That's where I excel. Guys are a mixed bag. Some are chill, some are overtly trying to hit on you, and some are awkward AF. Girls are not so difficult to deal with. So for me, it's like, if guys are chill, it's like, cool, we could be chill. And then if they're like awkward, I don't care, because I think all my friends growing up were like autistic and awkward, so I just got really used to it, and I learned how to make people feel comfortable regardless of their whatever qualities they have about them. I just don't judge people. Like, I naturally don't judge people until I have a lot of evidence to decide that a certain person is maybe not quite my favorite type of person to be around, because they make me feel worse about myself or whatever the case. But in general, I don't mind anyone, even if they are trying to hit on you. You can still find some like common ground. Problem is if that's all they want from you, and then you can't really be friends after that, because if you're just like, no, and they're like, okay, bye, then you can't really stay friends, because it's just like, oh, I just wanted to somehow like I don't know, put my dick in you or something, and everything you are outside of that is irrelevant. So if I can't put my dick in this, it's not a person who's worthy of my time. So people like that, I've been burned many times because I thought we were friends and then turned out to be something else. So yeah. Tim Spice. I know some guys are awkward AF like you. See, I don't actually mind awkward people. I find them to be quite interesting because if you just give them a little bit of, if you work through some of their awkward tendencies, you see that there's actually typically a very, very thoughtful person underneath with a lot of interesting ideas, concepts, and knowledge that you may not have otherwise had. So I tend to like awkward people, actually. Yeah. I think we could say the same about females. I think I missed it. Drewski Whiskey wants to get married with Lily Bite. I can't deal with the guys. Too many of them are into sports and cars and shit. I want video games and art form people. I feel you on that. Like the sports people, I'm not into that either. Like I'm not gonna pretend I am. I'm not gonna try. I'm just not. I don't give a shit about sports. I never will. I don't care about what other people do with balls on a fucking field. Like, I can't even relate partially to that stuff. The Royal Lions, he loves sports and cars. I have no use for guys in my life unless I'm carrying a couch. Oh my god, Aquarius. But what used to have for girls either? Lift with your back. I enjoy nerds, geeks, and socially awkward types. Likewise, Lily. James says, I love gossip. I just love having all this knowledge about everyone. I see. Aquarius says, gossip does not work for me. I'd rather talk about me and me and me and me. Lily, if someone is a gossiper, I know not to trust them. If they're talking about other people, they'll talk about you the same way. Actually, very true. Very true. I think that I definitely relate to that. And the second that happens, I'm like, oh, okay. I'll make sure to never tell you anything in confidentiality. Like I said, I don't talk shit. Admittedly, I will if someone pisses me off, but I see it as more venting. This person did this and I'm mad. But never I hear she sucked so many dicks. Yeah, I feel you on that. There's a difference between discussing a situation and just like talking shit for the hell of it. So they're definitely unique. Very nuanced in their difference, but I feel you, Mantis. Black Key, hello, welcome back. Just you, whiskey, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, simple minds discuss other people. Yeah, well, just you, whiskey. I'm just gonna put myself in like great minds category because my favorite thing to discuss is ideas, ideals, and everything in between that has nothing to do with people. Although sometimes you have a conversation about someone because you're just like, am I crazy or did this just happen? And then you kind of like, okay. But for the most part, my favorite thing to talk about is like inspiration, neurological processes, like art concepts, you know, philosophy, logic, hamsters, cute animals, things like that. What else is there? Like, there's literally nothing else I have to talk about. I mean, unless you're like observing someone doing something so that you can learn something from them. Like, for example, like there's this one YouTube guy named Chris Heria who has like amazing content on his channel for calisthenics and it's very inspiring and very informative, and he's got a lot of information that can really help you. So I might talk about like his channel and be like, dude, have you checked out Chris Heria? His shit is awesome. It changed my life and changed all this information that I thought I knew. But I try. I when it comes to like people, I just don't have the. I don't have the patience or the. I just don't care. I don't care what people do with their lives. You know, I just don't care. Competition is only healthy and skill-based events. I suppose. I think that I don't personally. I'm just not, like I said, I'm not a competitive person at all. I think that I'm living my own life. I move at my own pace. I do my own thing. I have my own set of life circumstances that has nothing to do with anyone else's. So, like, regardless of what they're experiencing, I can't even compare myself because we have not had the same life. So you know, it's like it's not apples to apples. It's like apples to cucumbers, you know. So that's why I think when it comes to people, comparison is a very dangerous game because you think it's apples to apples, but it's actually, you know, apples to fucking like hamsters. You know, it's just two totally different things. Everyone's life is so unique. Everyone's story is ridiculously uh, tailored to their own existence. So, I mean, some people may have more commonalities than others, but still, you can't deny that everyone is so unique. It's almost impossible to say what's true for one person is really true for another, or whatever. We need to give her time to catch up or pass on a previous chat. Raiden V8 is short as fuck. Yes, he is. A lot of voice actors are really short. Yeah, I try to read the chat. Also, we need to slow the fuck down. No. I like having a backlog, guys. I don't mean awkward socially, I mean they're awkward around me specifically. Oh, I see. When people are awkward around me, I just do my best to ignore it. I just like pull out a lighter and I'm like, oh yeah. So, what do you think about like capitalism? What do you think about like flat earth theory? What do you think about like pain? Is it real or is it an illusion? You know, and that usually breaks the ice. Man, I had to stop being friends with one of my female coworkers post-job because I was interested in her. Probably a good thing. She's polar opposite, not at all into metal or video games. Oh yeah, just no. If you're not into either of those at all, just GTFO. Or Alliance. Maybe you're the awkward one. There's a reason some people are awkward around me. I'm super confident. Fair enough, Lily. I understand that. I've definitely had situations where, okay, this is the thing that really like pisses me off. So this is one of the reasons why I don't go anywhere. So with people I know. So like I would go to an event, I go there, I start talking to people, and oops, I talk to someone's boyfriend, and now they're offended, and now they're upset, and now I'm trying to hit on their boyfriend, which I'm not at all, like in the slightest, in anyone's stretch of any imagination. In fact, I was either just having a basic philosophical conversation and or roasting their incapacity to logically think through a situation, like, or trolling them. Like, but I've offended one too many people because I talked to someone's boyfriend or someone's ex-boyfriend, or I talked to some guy, and so oh no, I feel now I'm supposed to feel bad because I talked to someone. It's like, dude, fuck off with that, please. Just fuck off. First of all, I don't want your little pussy bitch boyfriend. Second of all, I'm talking to him about real shit. Like, I wasn't hitting on him. I wasn't doing anything. In fact, I was being as masculine as humanly possible, not laughing at his jokes, not flirting with him, talking only about facts. But then somehow people get offended anyway because they're too much of a dumbass to actually have a real conversation with their own significant other. That's not my problem, that's theirs. So because I've offended enough people with that bullshit, I just don't go out with other people I know at all. I just go alone so that I don't offend anyone because I'm just so fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of it, dude. Like, me being me just offends people, and it's just like, fuck off, please. Just please fuck off. Whiskey, whiskey. Females can actually see males as a person. Oh, not as a person, but a wallet or a dig. Okay. Personally, I've never had that perspective myself, but, you know, I understand. Lillybite, I see a lot of people as dicks, but not the way someone would think. If I'm calling someone a dick, it's certainly gender neutral. The way you openly talk about things is why I love you. Oh, Whiskey Whiskey. Thank you. Oh. Lillybite, you're a dick too sometimes, I'm sure. Most of the time. Apples to Hamsters, the new hit game. Team Kobe. I'm okay now. I have a Nordic bow instead of an elven bow. Okay, good. Kobe's got the new bow set up, so he's good to go. He's good to go. I'm gonna get a hamster and name it Granny Smith. Oh, Granny Smith? Are we talking about like the ponies? Granny Smith? Actually, recently I was thinking about getting a hammy. Although I have two little sugar gliders, which are basically hammies, but they're not very active during the day, and they're only active at night. And when they are, they're just, their nails are so sharp I can't even interact with them because they're just gonna destroy my skin and my clothes because my skin is really like weak, and their nails are meant to glide and jump into trees, so it's like you know, I'm against comparing apples to apples. Ooh, Aquarius. Totally egalitarian. All apples are unique in their own way. Pyro? That's my new pickup line. Pulls out later. Hey, what do you think of capitalism? Fuck, did you just use those dirt fucking words? How dare you say boyfriend? How dare I? How dare I? Someone just fucking hang me. People mistake kindness as being flirtatious. Absolutely. That's so true. Literally, you treat someone like a human and suddenly you're flirting with them. Okay. Like, oh man, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so I went to this party at my friend's house, so she was renting from this guy who had this pool, and it was like a heated pool, and anytime there was a party where they were at that house, I was like, I'm going because I love the heat and I love swimming, and a heated pool is the best thing on planet Earth, especially when it's cold outside. It's amazing. So we have this party for my friend's friend, and apparently she invited her ex-boyfriend, and like half of the people at the party who the friend's friend invited decided to be nude, just no clothes, just walking around the house with no clothes on. So me being the artist that I am, you know, I've seen millions of penises, at least 6 million, you know, enough to be 100% desensitized to any human genitalia, so, or whatever. But when I hear about this pool, first of all, I actually didn't think it was going to be open at this time, but it was. So I was like, bitch, I'm getting in this shit because it's a fucking heated pool. So I was the first bitch in that pool because that's my favorite thing about that house. So anyway, I go in the pool and I'm like, oh yes, doing my meditative, like heated pool swimming, and I'm just like, yay, the stars, the grasshoppers, the cicadas, the nature, the you know, the stars, everything. It was just so awesome. The smell of the night, you know, it was like it was like open, but had a like top. Anyway, so other people got in the pool. So the other people in the pool were myself, which I was wearing clothes. I was wearing my bra and my underwear because I didn't know we were going swimming and I just didn't give a fuck. So then there was someone else wearing their like boxers, and then there was 3 people wearing absolutely nothing. So me being the person I am, I'm like, oh yeah, people wearing nothing. I mean, who cares? Like, to me, first of all, I don't have the best vision. If I were to even try to look at their genitals, I would have to like look really hard and be like, what's going on there? Like, how do I can I see that? Like, let me show you, like, put that in focus, you know. But I wasn't wearing contacts or anything, so I couldn't see. So anyway, I had this conversation. We started talking about like politics, philosophy, things like that. It's a good conversation. And I was like, oh, cool guy. You know, cool. Okay, I gotta take a piss. So I get out of the pool, I go to the bathroom, I take a piss, I open the door, and there's a man standing in the fucking, you know, door frame. And the first thing he says to me is, why didn't you tell me you weren't sexually available? I told this story before, by the way, on stream. I think I said this like 2 years ago when it happened. But, and I was like, first of all, I'm just like, what? Why didn't I tell you I wasn't sexually available? By the way, I was kind of drunk, so I was also just like, what's going on? Like, what? Was I supposed to just like not talk to you before saying like, hey there, my name is Nobu. I'm not sexually available, but let's talk about philosophy, politics, and whatever else your mind may fancy at this time. I mean, really? Like, do I need to tattoo it on my fucking forehead? Like, I'm not sexually available. But somehow he found out that my boyfriend was at the party. So he still decided to corner me while my boyfriend was there, and also a friend of mine, another male, who was like 2 males that I trust, you know. And I was like, I wasn't aware that I had to make it clear that I wasn't sexually available before talking to somebody. And then he was just like, all I remember was he was like, oh yeah, he started telling me like, yeah man, monogamy is bullshit. Like, you're really close-minded if you think that's all there is. There's other things in the world. Maybe you should look into them. Like, you know, I'm sure your boyfriend can't please you like I can. And I was just like, okay, dude, like, what? Like, we were having the most platonic conversation that ever happened, and then now it's turned into this, you know. And I didn't look at his dick once. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I couldn't have made it out with my eyesight if I tried. So I literally looked at his face 100% of the time. And even if I did see his dick, I wouldn't give a shit, because it's not like I've never seen a dick before. I don't care. I literally don't care. It just doesn't faze me, like, at all. It's like looking at a person with clothes on. It's the same thing for me. So yeah. So again, he's holding his arms at the door frame, and he's just like, you know. And then he said he did some shit where he was like, he said something, I can't remember what he said, honestly. Like I said, I was kind of drunk, so I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like he was trying to play into this like, I can dominate you and I know that's what you want kind of thing. And I was just like, dude, fuck off with that shit, bro. Like, that's really weird. I was intentionally being as masculine and platonic and straightforward as I could humanly be. Like, truly, there was nothing about anything I did that could have possibly suggested I'm interested, you know? So, but then, yeah, so he's saying some shit about that. And then he decides to, like, push me. Like, he tried to shove me into this room. And I just remember feeling like the sense of, I mean, he was like maybe an inch taller than me or something. And I was like, okay, I felt like intimidated, like, oh my god, he's actually trying to use force to force me into this room and whatever. But it actually just infuriated me. I was just like, dude, who the fuck do you think you are? And if you want to really try some shit on me, I'll fucking gouge your eyes out. Like, don't fuck with me. So I was like, dude, like, seriously, leave me alone. I was talking to you like a fucking human to human, and you don't get that. And he was like, you know, like something, just trying to pretend like, oh, well, I'm just so good. I'd be so good at fucking you. And I was like, dude, are you out of your mind? Like, we were talking about it, just like philosophy. We were talking about like existential concepts. Why? How did this turn into this? And so then he kind of like tried to like push me and kind of like grab me, and I just got like so infuriated. He was like, bro, don't fuck with me. And I was like drunk, so I just, all my like being nice just went out the window, and I just fucking like grabbed him and fucking slammed him against the wall. And it was like, dude, don't fucking talk to me ever again. You're a fucking creep. And I just like went upstairs. And yeah, it was really weird. And then when I told that to the next day, actually, I told that to my boyfriend and my friend, and they were like, why didn't you tell me that happened? I could have fucking punched him in the face. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, we didn't need to get to a fight, but like, dude, if I was, and here's the thing, if I hadn't been in a situation with another male that made me extremely uncomfortable before, I feel like I kind of would have gotten like frozen and been like, whoa, you know, just like, because it was really scary and intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, but something about my prior experiences made me just be like, fucking come at me, bro. Let's fucking do this. You wanna go? You wanna go? I'll fucking break your teeth. Like, don't fuck with me, dude. So, yeah, anyway, so it worked out pretty well, and I was very proud of myself because I just, like, you know, I mean, I just completely fucking wrecked him. Literally shoved him to a fucking wall and just left. Like, what a cock. So, anyway. Juicy Whiskey. Hi, I'm Drew, and I'm not sexually available, just so you know. Before we get into any conversation, were you gonna talk about President Obama? Before we go into that, hold on, let me stop. I know you got a good point, but before you go on, I just want to let you really know I'm not sexually available. It's just, no. I know that's the only reason we're talking. Like, you have a dick, I have a vagina. That's really the only reason we're talking. Like, of course. Dude, seriously though? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Anyway, that was just the weirdest thing. Honestly, that was one of the weirdest things that has ever happened to me. One of the most rapey situations, aside from this time when I worked at the sushi bar for like 3 days. Yeah. A person you're talking about says smart as a log. Well, the crazy thing was, we had a good conversation before that. He seemed totally, like, there was nothing about him that was intimidating, weird, questionable. He was just normal dude, and we were talking about shit, and I was like, oh, cool shit. We're having, like, a real conversation about real shit. Awesome. You know, I go to the bathroom, and there he is. And I'm like, oh, what is this? What just happened? We just went from, like, friends to fucking, like, rapists or something. Lily, I'm sexually non-existent. He had a small penis. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I didn't look at his penis. But someone I was there with did and was like, yeah, his penis was small. Aquarius, I'm very relatively sexually available. Sexually unavailable people should wear red hats in public so the retardinos don't get confused and cause more havoc. Pretty much. What if I like red hot hats and sexually available? Team Kobe comes in with the fucking tentacles. Okay, now if I was talking to a tentacle, I'd be like, hello, Mr. Tentacle, I'm 100% sexually available. So, like, we can continue this conversation at your leisure. Sexually unavailable people should... Oh, sorry, I just read that. You should only wear it while you're alone at home. Sorry, mate, we need a plan to keep in balance. Have not need. Papi Tiog 69. Did I hear LeBron got Sugma? Oh, LeBron got Sugma, not Sugma. Not the horrible disease of Sugma. Did it become like a dick sucker or something? It's like getting infected with those like alien parasites. You just are compelled to suck my dick. Piss off with your Sugma shit. Thank you, Team Kobe. Kick his ass, Seabass. Dingo, pubes for justice. Welcome back. It's a Sugma, Aquarius. Royal Alliance, worse than Liz Mug. Worse than a Ligma. Were you naked during the weird doorway story situation? Not at all. No, not at all. In fact, I had put on more clothes than when I was in the pool. And I was wearing clothes the entire time. The most dangerous people are the ones who seem perfectly normal until you're alone. Dude, yes, that was a thing. It was like when we were together, there were other people. There were multiple other naked people. And we were all just having this conversation. Like, we're all talking about random shit. And I'm like, oh, cool, open-minded people. Nice. Oh, I gotta go take an angle. And then I come out and it's like, what is this fucking rapist doing in the doorway? I kind of just, like, wish, honestly, I wish I did more. I wish I, like, actually punched him or something. But hey, you know. Only use defense like that when you need to. No need to be offensive. Is that worse than Bofa? Bofa is nuts. Have you seen my tentacle bot I use on my stream? No, I haven't. It's tentacle a screen that reacts to the chat. Wow, you into tentacles? Yes, I am, but you know, only when they're like on the internet. If they're IRL, no. You found your voice. Happy times except the creepy penis person. Pretty much. That's a good way to put it. It was mostly happy times. It was just one of those moments where I was like, is this really happening right now? Like, I remember thinking to myself, is this actually happening? Is this guy really seriously saying this? Like the whole, oh, why didn't you tell me you were not sexually ill? That was fucking hilarious. It's like one of the funniest things I've ever heard, to be honest with you. I just caught up with chat. I know, it only took me like 6 hours. Just put my pin, actually. I don't know where it is. Where did I put it, guys? Where did we put pin? There's not that many places I could go. Oh, it's on the floor. So I have like no space in my room. I've been really good at picking things up with my feet. Like your feet are like little fingers. So just get used to using them. Aw, Lily Bay, thank you for the host. Oh, you forgot that we're drawing. Alright, let's get back to the art, guys. In Haus Schuh 42, I mean 24. Was gibt's? Haus Schuh 24. Your pin got bored and walked off like half an hour ago. Don't let this combo distract you from acknowledging that General Grievous can do both the T pose and had to do it to him pose at the same time. I don't quite get what you mean. Foot fetish thoughts? Is that like a statement or a question? I'm just kidding. It's a question. It's a question mark. I say do whatever you want to do, as long as it, you know, respects, you know, if you're with someone, it'd be nice to respect them as a individual. And other than that, do whatever you want, as long as it's not hurting someone. Oh, thank you, James. I'm trying to improve daily. I will say, doing those skull studies really helps. Having a concept of where things should be really does a lot. I can draw stick figures, they're pretty legit, like lots of karate stuff and robots. Well, let's see them, Dingo. Unseen Warlock. I was in a Skype call and I left and got ear-raped by your voice? How did that happen? I'd like to know the series of events that caused that one. The fun part of head drawing is this angle really begins when you need to tackle under the chin and how the neck blends into it. Yeah, good point. I wish you could do hand-drawn art. I would use that in making games. Oh, well, you can always watch my streams and learn how to try to get better. I can try the guitar too, but I need an axe to do it. It's pretty good. I'll show you guys the reference too that I was doing this from when I'm mostly done. And this is pretty much complete. It's definitely not perfect. But it's a lot closer than what I've been before. Skype turns down the background volume, and I had the volume all the way up, left, and then the background volume was the main source when I left. I see. So did you like click into it, click into the stream? Like, I'm questioning, how did you get to the stream from a Skype call? I think one of the hardest things is not getting too many lines to muddy up your photo. For me, anyway, that's super hard. The way that I learned to draw was very draw a bunch of lines until it looks right. So sometimes I tend to slip into that mindset, which isn't the best. Because then you have to sort of spend time later to clean up. Oh, you were watching the stream while in a Skype call. I see, Unseen Warlock. You didn't think Skype was still a thing? Mad Smogs? Good evening. What's up, Mad Smogs? I mean, now with Discord, I don't think I'd ever have a reason for Skype other than for like professional applications. Because Lord knows, I don't want any professional applications seeing my Discord. They would probably have a heart attack. Oh, better visuals on the station. Nice. Yeah, I saw 5. It's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Mostly I just want to get the angle of the face relatively correct. So if you want to see the reference, I will quickly show what it was. And then we'll move on to the next. Yo, I don't know why anyone hates pineapple on pizza so much. So let's see, what do we do wrong here? The nose is definitely wrong. A little too masculine of features, almost. The softness of her face isn't really captured. The angle is okay. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Actually taking note of those, the frontal bone, this portion, which I forgot the name of, and then the jaw. Seeing those as separate entities in perspective is actually really useful. So, got us close, but it's not perfect. And again, when I do this, it's always worse than I could make it technically, because I'm trying to rely on constructional drawing methods rather than observational. If I were to do observational, I would just copy it and be extremely meticulous about the proportions between all the different features. But what I'm really trying to do here is build up a sort of intuitive sense of the forms in space and perspective, and that's why it's going to look kind of bad for the first couple of months while I do this, but it's a lot better than the first attempts that you may see either on my Imgur account, which a lot of people downvoted those attempts. Good. Or yeah, just from the past. So doing a couple of studies really has helped this. Oh, that was not my L tool. as the next photo. Okay, we got a dude looking down. Dude, I want some pineapple pizza actually. That'd be pretty dope. Oh my god. No, guys. I want some pizza. Look. A spider on the ceiling. Dingo, don't know what you mean, but alright. I appreciate your like forethought. Pineapple, you're safe for this pineapple. She needs a spider body. A spider. Okay, well, I mean, it's not undoable. So, the question is, how do we do it? So we've got an abdomen here. And then usually it's like, so the head, the thorax, I think, and then the abdomen. And I think there's like a couple legs here. I don't know where all the spider legs are. Like, are any of them on the abdomen? I'm gonna Google that. Spider. Oh, looks like all of their legs come from the abdomen rather than the butt. I think it's like a. I think this is the abdomen and this is the thorax. So if we're gonna do it truly. Now this is concept art. Thank you for the idea. Alberts, hello. Since you're here, we have to say hello to Alberts properly, which is Abertcoon. Now that I know you, I'm prepared. Gotta give you the like entryway tingles. Alright, now we gotta finish this monstrosity of a photo. I think insects, I mean, the spiders have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have like 5 little sections. Almost. James! Yes, Alberts, I will be doing it later tonight after I do a couple of facial study sketches. In the meantime, we're just creating nightmares. What kind of shit I live for? That emote that Royal Lions posted. Alright, sure, I'll send you a message on Discord if you're on. Not the best spider meme I've created. It's pretty cringe. Pikachu, what's up? Did you bring the chicken tendies to the stream this time, Pikachu? Okay, I'm gonna erase this before we make anyone like so scared they just have to leave. No, no, it's beautiful. Oh, oh, okay, okay. Maybe we should shrink it. Maybe we should just shrink it. We'll keep it. It's beautiful. A spider bitch, but it's a man spider bitch. Now that's called unique design. Feng Shui would be proud. That's right, Feng Shui. Look at this. Look what I made. You've accepted me into your school for your tuition. Thank you. Oh my god, James. If you really want to have fun, look up infestation. Alright, so here we go. Time to draw someone else's face without a spider attached to it. Pikachu's like, why? Why would you do something like that? It's clearly James wants to confuse and disturb himself. Don't worry, James. I understand. I've done the same thing. Okay, so I'm trying to think of this in terms of the skull. I'm spiritually attracted to anything with spider legs. Well, think of, you know, spider bitches are my favorite, so just throwing that out there. Why? I don't know. The title of the video is "What the fuck is this shit?" Well, now you've got me curious. Dragons are my favorite. They don't have to be fat. Oh, we don't have to have fat dragons to please you? I feel like drawing men's facial hair is so hard. It's like, where are their lips? Just like a mask and a pile of hair. How to get away with that shit? A gangsta crab? I want to be a gangsta crab. That sounds fun. it's interesting how a very small requisite amount of knowledge about the skull can really help you construct these forms a lot quicker and easier than doing like pure imperative proportion method. Oh, Pikachu and me. Thank you for the cheer. Whee! Proximus, what's up? Draw Pikachu. Oh, can I draw Pikachu from my memory? I'm gonna try. I forgot what the ears look like. I'm disgusted in myself. I used to draw Pikachu all the time. So the fact that I can barely remember is very disappointing. It needs more like this. This is a horrible Pikachu. I'm sorry. That's actually terrible. I feel ashamed. It needs to be moved over some. I should probably actually look at a picture of Pikachu, because this is like wrong in so many ways. There he is. Pikachu up at the corner, just staring at us, watching you fap. Mic'd by a crab? He's getting mic'd by a crab. Thank you, Dingo. It looks like Pikachu is about to mount Spider-Person while God looks away disappointingly. That's pretty good. He's just like, God damn it, what have I created? What have I done? Pikachu just came out of prison. He looks like he came out of prison and got like really just stupid. Like he lost like 100 IQ points and became that disgusting version of Pikachu. He's not cute anymore, he's just weird. Be nasty. What's up? I'm 5'10". How tall are you, Be nasty? I'm 5'7". Lily gets cranky when hungry. Me too, actually. I want a PB&J. But I ran out of peanut butter. What am I gonna do? My favorite thing to eat when I'm lazy. Did you know that in some countries peanut butter is prohibitively expensive? Isn't that scary? Can you imagine? I sure can't. $8 for a jar? Like, of what kind? I hope it's not the Skippy. If it's the Skippy shit, I'm gonna, like, just tell me your address or zip code so I can kill everyone in the general vicinity for charging you so much. It should be ASMR and drawing. Are you saying that there should be more ASMR elements? Pikachu? I see. Yeah, the whispering thing is weird. Some people like it, others really don't. Personally, I don't really like it myself, but sometimes it makes sense when I have my volume like hella boosted. Oh, you couldn't hear anything until I gave up. Well, yesterday was pretty funny in particular. There were a lot of funny things going on. You probably can't buy Skippy because it's full of hydrogenated oils, which literally kill you. So consider yourselves lucky. What about the natural peanut butter? Like the Smucker's natural, just peanuts and salt. I've never kissed a boy elf, no. But I was looking at some pictures of Amaranth's Link elf costume, and I was like, no, that's an elf that I would kiss. Fucking Amaranth. Good job in that Link costume, girl. It's pretty good, actually. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I was like, damn. I've never really felt like this much of a lesbian before. Is he an elf? Of course he's an elf. He just disguises his elfhood better than I do. I'd have to disguise it all day at my job, so when I come to stream, you know, it just makes more sense to be myself, which is an elf. Yeah, I do like Amaranth. She's funny. She doesn't take herself too seriously, and I respect that. I don't know what she's like outside of stream, but from what I know, she seems like she could be cool. Exactly. I just show my true elf self. Just gotta be real. Well, she's risque, but the thing that is, she's just like uninhibitedly just whatever. So it's like I respect her for that, actually. I have a lot of respect for people who just are like, yep, this is my shit. Like it or leave it. I think it's enough time for drawing short-haired Jesus. We're also the devil's work. So the actual photo is actually not really that much like this, but let's show you what it was referenced from. Obviously the angle went crazy. Definitely didn't match up. But in general, some of the features are okay. And most importantly, I think that the generally the angle of the head is facing down, and that was the important part because I've always been really bad at that. Well, see, there's the short elves, and then there's like, you know, the me elf, where they're like ridiculously tall, of course. So there's different kinds of elves, you know. There's like the woodland elves, there's the high elves, there's the night elves, there's the, you know, all the other kinds. So yeah, there's elves of all shapes and sizes, just like humans. The Tolkien elves were tall. You want to listen to Black and White Jesus Whisper a Song? Oh yeah, by the way guys, speaking of that, I actually wanted to post a link because I want to do a cosplay coming up, like sometime in the next few months, like 1 or 2 months, like a cosplay build and stream and everything. So I wanted to get a vote of what you guys think. So I'm gonna post this in the chat periodically so you guys can vote. Please ignore the current selections. Someone wrote that under my name and it wasn't me. So just keep that in mind. Can you transform into human? I can. I use that mask every day, every time I go into work. No one has any idea that I'm actually an elf. Just the way I like it. Nice and confusing. Okay, so I'm gonna take my lasso tool, shrink this a little bit so we have some more room. We're gonna get in at least one more phase before 9. Then we can move into some ASMR shit. James, you mean since yesterday you discovered a lot of different types of porn? Is that what you're saying? Speaking of the stay hydrated bot, I probably do need to get some water, so I'm actually going to acquire some of that H2O. I highly recommend everyone hydrate themselves. It's healthy. The question that I posted, if you see the link that I just posted, you can just like click it and then you can insert a character that you want me to create and cosplay for a stream. So it's up to you, really. Whatever gets the most votes, I will do. So unless it actually is one of the options currently on there, that's not gonna work. I probably should delete those. Baron and Luthien? Who's that? Alright, Aquarius. Peace out. Enjoy your time. And I'll be right back too. I'm just gonna get some water real quick. God, I can't wait to get some new headphones, because like these like Steve Jobs headphones are just making me feel like I'm rolling around in the grave with Steve Jobs with some like metal stuff just like poking my ears and stabbing me until I bleed and die. That's how I feel right now. Alright, I'll be right back. Just getting the water, as I said. If I can get out of my chair, that'll be a good first step. Okay, sorry that took a while. I just made some tea and drink some water. So, fresh elf poops. They sell enchantment crystals in some realms. That's right, my elf poops are selling for the highest top dollar in most realms out there in existence. Mommy, we all decided that you need to clean your room. You know, Pikachu, you're fucking right. I really do need to clean my room. It's very messy. You don't even want to see what this room looks like. It's horrible. I mean, maybe it's not horrible. It's just there's lots of little things everywhere, and none of them are organized well at all. But yeah, but I was kind of going through all my stuff, and I was thinking about like all kinds of stuff, like like honestly, I really miss doing costumes and stuff, like a lot. Like I was thinking about it today, and I was like, man, doing that was so much fun. It's really fun, like making little things. And so I set up my room so that I can make them. So I have like a little spot on the floor. I have like space to do everything I need to. I just need to set up my stuff and my cams and everything so that we can like do it all together. And the other thing that I've been thinking about doing is doing yoga streams in the morning. So I really want to start doing, first of all, I want to start doing yoga every single morning because it's really good for you and very meditative and very nice to do. And it's really important to stretch your body if you want long-term like health and stuff. But even if you don't want that, you can just like have fun laughing at how fucking horrible I am. Because so basically I haven't been doing yoga very regularly lately, so I've lost a lot of my flexibility gains and I have to work on getting them back. And I really want to be more consistent, guys. So I want to do it like every day. I want to do yoga every day. I'm telling you guys, like at least 6 days a week. I want to do the full Ashtanga yoga series, which is a bunch of movements, and it's the same movements every day, but it's really good to do that way so you can memorize the movements and then eventually, improve how you do them every single day. So it's really one of my dreams. So I'm really hoping to set that up so that I can do that soon. So yeah, yoga in the morning, art in the evening, and then ASMR in the nighttime, and then we can get in all of our training. It's like school. Yogi Nobu, that's a Nobu I haven't met yet. Oh, you're right. I have not done any yoga on stream so far, but I've been thinking about this for months, guys. Like I am a certified yoga instructor, so I've been thinking about this for quite a while, because I would like to teach people and also just like do it myself. So probably for the first few times I'll probably just do it myself because I'm gonna be like reading from this book. Like the Ashtanga yoga series is a series of poses that's yeah, it's just a series, it's a certain series, so you have to memorize the series, and then once you get it, you're just doing it. So then once I memorize the series myself, I would be able to add a little bit more of instructional content so that people can follow along a little bit better. And there's certain cues that are really important, and then maybe we could follow along and do yoga in the mornings together. How much fun would that be? Yay! You're never gonna meet that Nobu because it's in the morning. Okay, fair enough. Oh, you're not gonna do yoga, not flexible enough. Well, you don't have to be. Like, I'm not very flexible either, and actually that's one of the reasons why I want to start streaming some like practice, because I want to show you guys what happens like when you suck and you just start doing it day in every single day, and you just keep going and you just don't give up. Like, you'd be surprised how much you can learn. Like, if you look at some of my YouTube videos with my earliest art streams, you'll see that a lot of the things I did were really bad. And if you look at my facial studies from like a few months ago versus what I just did today, you'd be like, like, what the fuck was that all about? So I was trying to learn a new way of copying faces, and today I wasn't doing so much on the plane side of things, but even if I had, the progress that I've made, what I've done today is better than any facial angles that I've ever done in my whole life. So I guess my point is, yeah, don't disqualify the beginning exactly where you are, not being afraid to suck, and just keep going, because everyone sucks when they first start at something. Like, it's not a bad thing to be bad at something, especially yoga and flexibility. Like, a lot of people actually have this idea that, oh, I'm not flexible enough, I can't do it because I don't have the flexibility. I actually think that's one of the biggest reasons why it makes sense to do it, because flexibility is it's a really good thing to develop. So, like, I mean, again, it's everyone's individual choice. You don't have to do it, but for me anyway, like, being a very tall person, it's very important for me to continuously work on my flexibility because getting into cars actually can be very difficult. Like I sit down a lot, so like my job involves sitting at a computer. This involves sitting at a computer. My whole life I've been sitting at computers and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting, and I've never been very active. So even things like getting in cars has been like difficult for me to because I think of my height. So like to actually completely like this sounds weird, but to spread my body open, like to open my leg, like widen my legs and my arms and everything like that. It's like it takes up a lot of space. So it's not something that you really can do in your daily life because most places you go don't have that much space for you to actually move. So especially like seats and you know, if you're sitting down and stuff, like definitely not. And at work doing yoga is like there's no way. So except sometimes I do it in the bathroom. If you go to my Twitter, I actually have a lot of pictures where I was like doing crow pose in the fucking bathroom. And crow pose is basically a hand balance pose where it's like the preparation for a handstand, like a proper form handstand, but it's like the baby phase. So there's crow pose, and then there's I think I don't know actually crane pose, which is the second advancement, and then there's like crane pose with there's another one, and there's something else that I don't know. So anyway, I was practicing the baby one, and when I first got that, guys, I almost cried because I thought I'd never be able to do it. I thought I was too weak. I thought I was too uncoordinated and all that stuff. But you'd be surprised with trying things every day. You can really like make some gains. So, but even if you don't want to make gains, if you just want to come by and just fucking LOL at how shitty I am or something, yeah, it's gonna start happening. So just get ready. Getting in cars is hard when you're tall. It really is. Quit trying to take Mommy Canada. This reminds me of the chicken tendies. All right, let's do. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Let's do one more face, and then we can move on to some little bit of ASMR. And of course, that entails ASMR lulls. Also, song requests. If anybody wants any songs that I know, I'll be happy to sing some songs. I love singing personally. It's like one of my favorite things. Oh, Let It Go. Oh, come on, come on. Dying Fetus Skull Fucked. I don't know that one. Okay, I'm not gonna sing Star Spangled Banner. That sounds like too nationalist for me. Oh wait, I know of Dying Fetus Skullfucker, but I don't know the song, so I don't think I could really sing that for you. And I feel like Let It Go is like a decent message, but it's like one of the worst Disney songs that I've ever heard personally. These requests, guys. I only suggested that because somebody was like, "Will you sing?" And I was like, "Sure, but not when my latency is horrible." But when I start the ASMR one, I'm probably going to restart so I can reset the latency. Fun by SpongeBob. If it's for friends who do stuff together, you is for you and me. By the way, I'm hearing myself like 50, like half a second after. And it's for anywhere at any time at all down here in the deep with me. Yeah. Bluff Fagor Bondage Goat Zombie. Oh my god. The shock metal songs. Yes. I used to enjoy those myself. Babo game. Arigato gozaimasu for the follow. Arigato. Babo game. Yo, SpongeBob is my shit. I loved and will always love SpongeBob. It was one of my favorite shows growing up, and it's to this day, like, as I grew older and I watched SpongeBob still, I was like, wow, this is still really good. And Fairly OddParents too. There's so many jokes that are like, you know, you see it as a kid and you're like, okay, and then you see it as an adult and you're like, okay. It's pretty good. I know it does have a lot of adult humor, and that's what makes it amazing. Like, honestly, SpongeBob is a fucking work of art. Anyone who says otherwise can fight me. Like, I dare you. I dare you to fight me. I will defend SpongeBob to the end. Hold on, I forgot to ask this question, Notorious White Rabbit. WTF is spider hybrid porn? James, it's beauty. I think it's kind of like spider bitches, you know? You know what I mean by spider bitches? You know, spider bitches. It's like Spider-Man, but they're like half You know that episode of Teen Titans where where Starfire goes to her home planet, but then she goes on this random planet and there's like a spider bitch and it's like purple and, I mean, it's like pink and white. Yeah, it's like that. Except usually like hybrid of a human. Also, there's one in Diablo 2. There's at least in Diablo 3, I know there's like a spider bitch boss somewhere in that. Because I was like, oh god, this spider bitch. Not only am I aroused, but I have to fight this goddamn fucking spider bitch. The first time I was ever introduced to a spider bitch was some like weird movie, and I don't know what it was, but from that day forward, I was like, spider bitches. They're so cool. I want to be a spider bitch. And that's how I knew I was insane. Rip. It was like this bitch that had on the thing that was a creepy and gross spider costume and chased this guy down and started fucking. Yeah. God. Oh, I want to see. Oh god, Lily, what the fuck is that? Oh my god. Woo. That's not what I was expecting. But it's even better than I was expecting. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for that, Lily. I appreciate it. Whew, god damn. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm aroused. James loves your link, Lily. He's in love. Oh my god. Aroused. Have you guys seen The Human Centipede? If you haven't, I don't even know if we can be friends anymore. I really don't know, guys. It's the art of our times. I'll just save that for later. Man, guys, we're turning James into a veritable internet warrior. Just, he likes spider humans, he likes human centipedes, he likes reciting pi and ASMR. I mean, what doesn't this guy's like an open book, man. We could just like, you know, he's like actually more like an open text file. Just write our scripts onto him and he'll just accept them and obey the command. Like, damn. Damn, James, I'm impressed. James, what? Any kink is your kink, huh? Ooh, I've never met anybody so indiscriminate. They're just like, alright, yeah, if it exists, you're like the Rule 34, but of kinks. Like, if it exists, I'm turned on by it, basically, is your motto, you know? Might want to start him off with B. Oh my god. Alright, well, if we're gonna introduce James to B, we're just gonna, you know, I'm not gonna be the one to do it. Someone else is gonna have to do the honors. You know, James, I think that's a great motto. I'm the same way, actually. You don't want to know my opinions. That would probably get me banned from streams and from doing anything else ever in my life, if that ever was made public, so I have to keep most of those to myself. Jesus Christ. Now you want to know my opinions. Well, unfortunately, they just simply cannot be shared. There's just no one to share these opinions with without getting a knock on the door of the FBI. I'm so offended by this chat right now. I'm glad, Lily. I'm glad you're offended. I know you're one of the most easily offended people in existence, and we're all just here to offend you, because I know that you get off to being offended. Probably spending way too much time on this guy's hair. It's not that important, really. It's really not at all. Offend me harder. Alright, Lily, well, the price of gas is like 20 cents higher than it was last week. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Lily? You know that song by Ariana Grande, which is like, and if you wanna keep me, you gotta love. So just instead of love, it's like offend me. You got to offend me harder. Offend me, baby. And if you wanna keep me, you gotta to offend me harder. It's actually my motto. Offend me, offend me, offend me. Harder, harder, harder. Oh god. I'm not going to work. I'm pro-green. Pro-green? What does that mean? Green? Green? What are we talking about? Are we talking about, like, grass? Oh, thanks, James. I don't know if that's sarcasm, but if it's not, thank you. Smokes the chronic. That's a good way to put it. I've never heard anyone say that before. I want to smoke some chronic. I just smoke that occasional. God, I'm fucking literally just going to hell in like 6 different ways. I can bring my grandma. She's pretty chronic. Oh, grandma's. Well, Lily, when you put it like that. Oh, damn, she's dead, so she'd be easy to smoke. Oh, you got that grandma ash? That ash. That grandma ash. Oh my god. Guys, guess what I have? What kind of tea I have? It's weed tea. Just kidding. It's actually sleepy time tea. So there's like the sleepy time extra, which is like the extra drugs, and then there's the Simple Truth Kroger Organic Sleep, which includes valerian, which apparently on cats has the opposite effect as it does on humans. Because I like to be mellowed out for my stream, so I drink my sleepy time tea. Dad Ash. Hey, who got a blonde of Lily's grandma's ashes? Somebody whip that out, man. We gotta light that shit up. Ooh, the quote of the day, guys. I need like a. Okay, I found this thing that was like a Twitch chat thing where it's like the quotes of quote or whatever. I need to do a quote of the day because seriously, sometimes there's quotes that are just, it needs to be up there. Like, I don't know why, but when I talk about sex with my friends, I always sound like a slight necrophile. Like, can you elaborate on that, please, James? I want to know what you're talking about. Only a slight one. I read a book written by a French priest about necrophilia. I think it's from the 15th century. So just a little stiff. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Also, I drew this guy's nose a little bit like too Roman, but he's actually got more like an, I think it's called like, what's that? It's like a Jewish descent, Ashkenazi. How do you pronounce that? I forgot how you say it. Ashkenazi? Yeah, I drew like a Grecian nose almost, or like basically a pointy nose, but he's definitely has more of a, it's Ashkenazi, I think, nose, which just has like a slight rounded edge versus, you know, like a point, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Ashkenazi, yeah. It's weird how Nazi is in the end of that. Well, that's strike 3 for me going to hell tonight. Alright, everybody, I'll see you there. I hope nobody finds that offensive. Like, seriously. I hope I'm not offending someone somewhere. I don't mean to offend people. Like, seriously, guys, I try so hard not to offend people, but sometimes you just have to. You say, like, a fact. Like, first of all, he looks like an ethnic Ashkenazi Jew or whatever, which is an ethnic identity. It's not an insult. And then I made a joke about the Nazi thing, and it's just like, well, I mean, that's just. I feel like someone would be like, that's anti-Semitic. But, like, it's not. It's just a weird observation where I'm like, oh, it's kind of ironic. Anyway, this is a quote, a good quote to do. My favorite ASMR sound is a pterodactyl from Jurassic Park 2 screeching as it consumes someone's mistake, I mean child. Pikachu and me. You're right. Did you stole that? I mean, you copied that yesterday from that other guy. What was his name? I forgot what his name was. No, I know who you're talking about though. That was hilarious. I guess it's just because like my dream girl is really like goth and dark humor and just ends up me saying I basically want a zombie. You want a zombie girlfriend. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too, you know, necrophilia-esque. If your history above it's not that weird. Etymology hides so many secrets. Yeah, I'm sure it does actually. That's kind of what I was thinking. You're already there, Pikachu. Alright, I'm gonna lasso this bitch. Shrink him up. So that's gonna be our facial studies. I do need to go to sleep at a reasonable time today, so since 2 o'clock is going to be a little too late for me, I'm going to start the ASMR now. So I will say my faces are getting way better than they were last time I tried this, so I'm kind of happy about that. There's definitely room to grow, always, but at least the general gist is not god awful, so that's, yeah. I think maybe if I just cycle through like faces and then like 1 week and then the head and the neck another week and then like the torso and then the hands and then the feet, and I just sort of like go through that process, I think that by the end of like a month I should be relatively versed in a few different parts of anatomy and improved in their perspective awareness. So I hope so anyway. The study I did with the modern day James Gunn Road really helped me comprehend the skull like a lot, actually, surprisingly. It's just you really have to copy what he does and just sort of, even if you don't quite get it all, just copy it and try to understand. And just doing that exercise will really like bring you a little bit closer to getting a grasp of the skull. So just want to give a shout out to that guy because seriously, his content is actually really amazing. Yeah, so Codpiece is kicked out of a fissure that appears out of the ground, rejected from hell for being so offensive, then waves hi to everyone and settles down for some ASMR. Now that, my friends, is the way to enter a stream. Codpiece, what it do? What it do? Oh my god. Alright. So I guess I'm gonna close this time, and actually, since I have like latency from like the depths of hell, first I want to see if I can adjust. Oops. Oh, hello everyone. Look at all these little avatars. Oh. So I don't know how to do this to actually show my full screen. Wait, can I? I literally cannot full screen this without it just being weird. So I'm just gonna. I also have to reset all my shit like every single time. Oh, okay. I guess that's kind of the end point. So that's gonna be my weird ass stream. It doesn't make any sense. Everyone, like, just accept that nothing makes any sense. Because it doesn't. I think I need 2 views actually. I need the art view, so I should probably just keep everything. Sorry, I'm like doing this while I'm streaming. I'm sorry if this is boring, you guys. But I think I need like my art view and then my the ASMR view, which is slightly different. Which I'll do that after the stream because I think that it's gonna take too much time. So for now, I guess I can just increase everything. Also, I have to like pull everything back up like every time I open this. It's kind of weird. Everything always breaks on my OBS and I don't know how to stop it really. So we'll just have some weird like Japanese shit in the background and everyone's just gonna question like, why does this look so horrible? And we'll just answer, well, we're weebs and that's what we do. We just have horrible taste. And it all started with being a weeb. God, I'm scared. I'm scared to like move anything around actually. Okay, that's everything I'm gonna do because otherwise I'm gonna regret my decisions later. Yes, I do need to make another scene for that for sure. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some time when I get back from. Oh wait, I don't have martial arts tomorrow, so yeah. All right, well, okay. So I'm gonna restart the stream real quick because to reduce the latency, so I can self-listen. I actually think I have my ASMR settings on already. I don't think I changed them. Sorry. Yeah, I do. Okay. So I'm just gonna reset the stream real quick and then change the title and then we'll move into different topics. And I encourage you all to be as weird as you possibly can because I think it's fun, funny, and lulzy to make weird sounds while people are being really weird. You'd be surprised how much fun we had last night. If you guys have not checked out last night's stream, I highly recommend it because many things happened that were just like, to me, hilarious. I died yesterday. I actually dreamt about the stream from last night. It was so much fun. It was just ridiculous. Not too weird. Well, when you're here on the notorious White Rabbit stream, there's no such thing as being too weird, so bring your most authentic self to the table. Okay, resetting so I can hear myself properly. I'll be right back.